Hello audience and welcome back to Amnesia, the Dark Descent. Previously I was cowering in this dark cell from the terrifying monsters that appear all too frequently in this game, and I had lost my weapon in my fear. Weapon? Knife? There it is. My friend. Sort of. It doesn't really talk much, but it still serves to protect me, to an extent. I don't like that light. Flies, go away. Flies, you're attracting attention. Flies. Flies. Out of my way, flies. Okay, flies. Whatever. This has gotta be it. It's gotta be the one. Well, it doesn't say it's excellent condition. Really? Really, game? Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Where'd it go? Oh. I think I'm hallucinating monsters. Cistern sounds like a good place. Let's go. The morning sun flickered between the pine trees as the carriage approached the castle. Faint memory of reflections in the window pane repeated itself over and over. Is that good or bad music? Well, I'll tell you what, if this is a cistern, holy cow.
So you used the drain sewers as a means of transport?
Yes, they were built to divert water from an underground spring and are quite spacious.
Indeed.
It seemed only natural to incorporate it into the overall structure.
But we won't be using it.
Not today. The flow is seasonal, and when the spring runs dry, the dank tunnels produce a rather poisonous type of fungi. There is an antidote, of course, but we won't be bothering with it today. Come, this way instead. We're almost there.
It's so big. It's so very big. And even better yet, there doesn't appear to be monsters and not enough water for water monsters. Awesome. What do I got here? Rocks? Some blackish stuff? And too much water. Okay, too much water. Oil drainage. Why are we draining oil? Idiots. So valuable. What do I got over here? These look big. Of course. Nothing useful budgets around here. Levers need to be... The gears and levers need to be greased. Wonderful. You know what? Screw greasing levers. Come down. Come down, darn you. If I hit the bottom one? Not much luck, okay. It was a decent attempt at a plan. See, lots of pipes. Lots of pipes. can't really get to any of the doors. That one doesn't budge. Those two are really high. Oh, I love this ability to like think without being terrified. I'm pretty certain no monster is going to teleport in here. This is how I came in, right? Yeah, no, don't need to go back there ever again. If I never see the prison again, that'll be excellent. A vessel is needed. Oh, haha. What do you know? Perfect. Picked up a glass jar of oil. Excellent. Now what? Yeah. What? Just break through it. Yeah. Progress. I love progress. Alright. Well, despite the wonderful safety rooms, it looks like I'm going to have to go somewhere. What? Oh. Woohoo! Progress. Control room. The red taint burst from the walls, as if they had begun to bleed. He cried out in fear as the spectacle began to consume the blue shimmer. Okay. Whoa!
Herbert, how did we find this place?
An old friend back in Algiers gave me a map.
Why isn't he with us? Didn't he want to come?
He wanted to, Daniel, but things don't always turn out the way we planned.
I bet it was Alexander. Alright. Well, if a monster comes, I'm hosed. But it's a very brightly lit and, compared to some of the other places I've been, somewhat cheerful place. Okay. What do we got in here? Glowing piece of pipe. Must mean something. Okay. You know what? I have a feeling I'm missing something. A very heavy gate, apparently. Okay. What on earth do weights have to do with machinery like this? That's not making much sense. Okay, well, we got 3 weights over here. Oh gosh. None of them are up all the way. Well, that's not very helpful. Oh goodness. Well, what can you do but try, right? Okay. So this one, over here, should be about right there. Nope, higher still. That seems about right. Whoa! I think that's the noise of progress. Okay. Now we need this opened. Dang it. Alright. really hope that I don't have to, like, run through this, because that could be a problem. Still a very brightly lit and cheerful place, really. All things considered. Okay, what do we got here? We have big piston. We have levers. Don't know what the levers do. I have a crank. It didn't even trigger a monster, thank goodness. I don't know where I could have hid it. Alright, very well. Continuing on. Let's see if the room directly opposite holds some revelation like last time. Pushed in all the way. Stuck in its position. Well, it looks like the two middle ones up, maybe? That might be what the plot is. Very well. So we'll pull the outer ones down. And this one. Oh no. There we go. Progress.
Daniel, is that you?
What? What?
What are you doing?
Who are you? Alexander, what are you doing in my head? Don't like the sounds of that. Okay. So we got something over here. Pipes. Well, I've been seeing some glowing pipes around. In the spirit of copying things, perhaps that's what's going on here. Problem is, how am I going to find all these pipes? I didn't bother to remember where they were. Which probably wasn't the best plan. Probably should have remembered things like this. Alright. Shall keep looking. Oh. There we go. I don't really see any others in here. Carry this pipe back. Okay. Well, if we mirror it, maybe. Okay. This mirroring thing is going to be tougher. What? That is... Okay, it goes there, I guess. That looks nothing like that, though. I just don't think that's going to work unless it looks exactly like the other one. Perhaps they're playing a trick on me. Alright, I thought there was one in here, too. Wahaha. Oh no. Pipe. I must. Pipe. Come on, there we go. Good pipe. Good pipe. Maybe? Okay, there's not very many rooms left to find pipes in. What is this, like Pipe Dream? Those little guys. Ooh, another pipe. Don't mind if I do. Although I don't know how you are going to get through my little hole. Ah, excellent. Do 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 do. lot of machinery to do one little bridge. Sweet. Okay. I think blue light blinded him as it had done inside that murky tomb in Algeria. It was just as enchanting, and he tried to approach it, but the Baron's firm hand held him back. Woohoo! Nice. What? What? Need a push? Need a push. Push. Is that a push? See if that managed to get up there. Physics puzzles. There we go. Fantastic. Now the question is, which place do I go first? Cistern. Thought I was in the cistern. There must be another cistern. And the more cistern it is. There's enough crazy crap going down in this game without going to a morgue. I'm going to have to go to a morgue. He waited for his eyes to adjust to the darkness, but no shape or contour appeared. Okay, that was the door. Oh, a little jumpy there. Swell. Water. What? I should be used to these by now.
You're conserving water from the spring.
Yes, it enables me to control the water in the drain sewers to some extent. Also, it can be used for all sorts of purposes.
Like for drinking.
Well, that too. But mostly to run different machines.
Ah, like water mills.
Exactly.
Well, good. Walking in water's not going to work for me, game. You've already told me walking in water is a terrible life decision, and I'm going to be a hydrophobe for the rest of my life thanks to you. Really? Oh, that's just a fish. Hey, fishy. Hey, Risk. Alright. Looks like I can do some jumping puzzles. Why are there jumping puzzles now, too? Swell. Well, they were easy. Easy enough back in, jumping window to window, so. Okay. Well, what am I even supposed to do in here? Oh, I get it. I'm probably supposed to figure out some way. What did I just do? What did I do? Hope I didn't do anything bad. But I get it. I'm probably supposed to drain that big, huge pool of water in that other place. Makes sense to me. Oh, please, no. Please. Please be merciful. Please. What do we got here?
7th of August, 1839. There is no denying that Alexander puts a lot of faith into what I can only describe as magic. I'm not surprised. Even while traveling across Europe, I assumed I would have to embrace the supernatural to save my mind and life. As a novice, I do everything in my power to stay focused and not dwell too much on my own doubts. Alexander woke me up early and told me it was time we got started on our work. He was obviously excited to get going, and we headed downstairs to the old dungeon, where he preferred to attempt his rituals. It turns out that Alexander is a true Renaissance man, paralleled only by Da Vinci, I'm sure.
Is that like the
He
British
showed me
pronunciation?
several rooms fitted for specific research, such as anatomy studies, alchemy, and botany. The crown of Brennenburg must be the inner sanctum, a most hallowed ground where we shall attempt to permanently banish the orb's shadow.
Pretty awesome. Well, due to what could happen after turning this crank and looking at the time, I'm going to call this an episode.
Thanks for watching. If you liked me solving puzzles and freaking out from monsters chasing me, leave a like. Subscribe if you haven't already, and be sure to leave a comment down below describing your favorite spot. And I'll see you next time.